So what I wanted to speak with you about today is just a few terms that we're hearing in the real estate market these days. Offer presentation, bidding war, multiple offers. What exactly do all those mean? I'll explain that for you, but also I want this video to be helpful as well to the buyers out there who are thinking about getting into the market but are unsure how to do that, and some of these terms are making them very nervous and fearful. So I'm here to say there's nothing to be afraid of, and let me tell you why. Offer presentation, you will hear that term. When you see a listing, more times than not, there will be a date set aside, a date and a time for the seller to view any offers, which is usually a few days to a week, 10 days roughly from the time that a property is listed. So the seller has set aside that day and time that they're going to review offers. Whether there isn't any, or there's only one or two, or there could be over 20, for example, that's the day and time that they're going to look at them. You may have heard of a term, bully offer. Another word for that is preemptive offers. And what that means is during that time frame, from the time that the property is listed to presentation time, an offer could be submitted during that time as well. However, the sellers run the show. They will either view it or not view it. So if they do not view it, it's basically them saying, you're just gonna have to wait till the day and time that we've set aside. If they do want to view it, they have to let everybody else know that they are now viewing a preemptive bully offer, at which time any of the other agents and the buyers involved can certainly submit an offer together with that bully offer. So that is a term that does come up, and it does happen. So let's just say the sellers will wait for presentation date and time, and that is when they will in fact view offers. So as a buyer coming in, what do we need to do to get ready for a competing market? Number one, most importantly, you need to know your budget. You need to know what you're working with. Speak with your mortgage broker, speak with your bank, and get an approval letter. So this step is to understand what the budget is that you'll be working within. So that is very important. So when looking at houses, you're not going to waste your time by looking at anything that might be out of your budget. And it gives you an idea on a number that you can compete with. So great, you've had that piece done. Be flexible, be ready to view any homes that come up, because they can go quickly within a week if the presentation time is set. So next step, you see a house, you love it. What do? Well, I do encourage you to get a home inspection done. And usually this week, this time frame, you may be able to have a home inspection conducted during that time. Why do we do that? Because submitting an offer, the most entertaining offer for a seller is for a seller to see no conditions, clean offer as possible. They want that sold sign going up immediately, especially if they have an offer in on another home. They can't sometimes wait a week or 17 days or so to be able to wait for a buyer to fulfill their conditions. They want to know now so they can move on with the home that they are purchasing. So that's initially what they would like to see, is an offer with no conditions. However, that's not always the case, but if you can, those are the reasons behind it. So that's one less condition for you to add into your offer, is a home inspection, if you can get that done within the time frame before the offers are presented to the seller. You can have a walkthrough done, or you can have a full inspection as long as that time frame meets with everyone's schedule. And just speak with the home inspector about that to get further details. So you're submitting an offer. You may still have to leave your financing condition in there if that's something that you don't want to risk. Of course, nobody is forcing you to go in with no conditions to put you at that stress level where you don't feel comfortable with that. And that is fine. Just to educate you that if there are multiple offers, 5, 10, 15 offers, there's a good chance that there's going to be an offer with no conditions. So it's just letting you be aware of that circumstance. So a seller reviews the offers, and what happens if they have a couple offers that are virtually the same? Your offer could come down to closing date. It could come down to maybe you've asked for a couple of items that weren't included in the purchase price. Another way to perhaps be successful as a buyer, if it's a property that you love and you're interested in, maybe you want to prepare a letter to the seller and just let them know a little bit about yourself and why that property means so much to you. You never know. I've seen it happen. It does happen where a seller certainly can be swayed by a letter if there's offers that are quite similar. At the end of the day, sometimes we don't know the reasons why a seller will agree to accept one offer over the other. Sometimes that offers less money, sometimes it's more, but it's in the seller's hands at the end of the day. So whatever you can do to make you stand out and apart from everyone else, you will certainly be more successful. So definitely be patient. If there's 15 offers on a property, that's 14 people that are going to be disappointed. And trust me, it really breaks my heart when I have to make that phone call to let a buyer know that they weren't successful. So perhaps try not to feel too emotional, too attached to the home, because if there are multiple offers, and you might not be successful, we certainly don't want you feeling too devastated. We want you to meet your goal of owning a home and getting into this market. So don't give up, be patient. It's going to happen for you. Anyhow, I hope some of this does offer some advice to you, but just know when you hear the word bidding war, do not be fearful of that word. All it means is that there's going to be multiple offers and the buyers end up negotiating amongst themselves, really. So you are only going to offer a price on a home that you're willing to pay. No one is going to be forcing you to pay anything more than what is within your budget. So definitely have these conversations with your realtor. If you don't have a realtor, please reach out to me. We can certainly discuss this and start looking at properties and get you into the market. So I really appreciate you listening. Thank you. Have a wonderful day and bye for now.